Live. What you see is what you get. Raw coverage of real events and unedited conversations with real people so that you can make up your own mind. We're about to go live. Details are in the stream. Please hit that like button. It helps the algorithm, and share the link with your friends. Join us in the studio green room at chat.votermeetups.com. If you want to see more, hit subscribe and remember YouTube's bell icon. If you see value in what we do and you'd like to get involved, help out and return the value, come visit us at tvlove.org. That's tvlove.org.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. It's Monday. Welcome. Big show today. Big show today. Hopefully you can hear me all right. I realize I got my monitors a little hot. Getting all set up. Got a big one for you today. We got Zero Dark Tony joining us today. We're going to continue, or shall I say, build on the conversation we were having the other day with him on his motorcycle. He was riding around Los Angeles. But give me 1 second just to get a couple bits going here. Got a lot going on. Apparently I have this huge production team. So I've been told, you know, like all these cameramen, and it's something. I'm a one-man machine here. I'm doing the best I can all by myself. Always have, always will. People to chit chat, talk to me in my ear back in the day, but I am a one-man show. Always had the little gimbal, all the stuff going on. For some reason, there's one guy out there that thinks I have this huge team of people. The production team, he calls it. But anyway, how's everybody doing? I got to get this chat up here. Let me pop open this chat. I'm out of breath. I just ran upstairs. It's tough to, scheduling a stream is weird for me. I usually like to just hit the live button and go with it, right? Yeah, Doorknocker, the gang's all here. God Rides a Harley, thank you very much. Doorknocker, Hope's here. All the great mods in the house. I see we're just missing one very important mod. Hopefully he joins us. Our good friend Troy. But as I was saying, we got Tony coming up. I'm just pulling up the YouTube chat here. Give me 1 second. Do a little work. There it is. It says it's excellent. We're going to pop this out. We'll be all ready to go. Doing something different today. I got some clips to play through StreamYard. So that's going to be a bit of an adventure. So we'll be doing that. We're going to talk to Tony about what he's got going on, learn a little bit about him, his background, his streaming, what he's been doing with that, and how he has gotten to this point where he is one of the most hated men on the internet. And of course, I know why he's not liked by these people, but we're going to discuss how that happened. Let's bring Tony up from Hollywood. It's Tony, ZDT. Welcome.
Hey, Wizzy, thanks so much for having me on.
How are you?
How's everybody doing?
I tried to give you a big, exciting intro there, but it didn't come off that grandiose.
How about this?
There you go. There's a little too.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Zero Dark Tony in the head. All right, there we go.
See, now you sound a little bit quiet to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the settings here and go in and adjust your audio level a little bit higher, because I realized I had turned up my headphones to hear you.
Right.
And let me just give you some more volume here. Let's test that. How's that sound?
Check 1, 2, baby.
That's a little better, right?
Yep. Testes. 1, 2, 3.
Doorknocker, we sound about even.
We're good. Copy the copy.
Copy the copy. All right. So first and foremost, you go by ZDT. You go by Tony.
You can call me Tony.
Tony it is. I'm Chris, for those of you who don't know. WYSIWYG. Wizzy, as some like to call me. Some like to spell it like piss. Some like to, go whichever way they feel best. I'm Wizzy. I'm Chris. But I want to know how you got started. I want to understand where ZDT rose from in the interwebs, the mean streets of YouTube.
Well, that's a great question. Several years ago, I started my Instagram channel. I started to live stream from my Instagram channel. And, you know, my very first experience with a larger creator was with Alec Baldwin. And Alec Baldwin tried to take down my YouTube channel. It's a video on my channel on Zero Dark Tony on YouTube. But Alec Baldwin, I got in a beef with Alec Baldwin. And the reason that I was able to get to Alec Baldwin is because I knew Billy and I knew Steven. And I had met Alec on a couple sets of some films that a friend of mine was working on. So I would go visit them a set. Alec was there long time ago. Very nice guy at the time. That changed. So this was pre-incident with the firearm. Before the pandemic, I knew, since I knew Steven and Billy, I knew their grandmother's maiden name, which is what they check into hotels with.
Gotcha.
So I put that in the chat, and then that's what got his attention. And then he thought I was asking him why he's still friends with Harvey Weinstein. That's all I was asking him.
That's
But
a good
also,
question.
yes, but it also happened to be at that QAnon time with the pizza stuff and all that shit.
Sure.
So around my comments, there were all the like thousands of pizza things. That wasn't my thing. I was just asking him why he was friends with Harvey Weinstein. So he ended up doing an entire Instagram video about me. It was about my old handle was the Veritas machine. And that was a while back. I changed it. And, you know, in just a couple days, I had thousands of followers on Instagram, and my YouTube kind of kicked off. And that's really how I got my start and how I started to learn. And then people started telling me, no, you know, don't worry about it. Even if they're talking shit about you, it's good. Even if they press the down thumb, it's fine. Just if they're talking, if they're chatting. So you sort of learn. I learned, you know, trial by fire, definitely, because Alec Baldwin has a lot of fans and goons.
Sure.
So I learned early, and I learned years ago. And just being generally in the music and entertainment, you know, business, I've generally had a thick skin because you just get made fun of, you know, when you're in school and shit.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of my start in entertainment. You know, as a recording artist, worked in films as an actor, and I've done a lot of cool things in my life. And now I'm just an old guy trying to chill, and got everybody up my ass for strange reasons.
Yeah, I'm surprised the tie to Hollywood hasn't affected you more with this group, especially Scott. He seems to think that everybody that works in Hollywood is somehow connected in a strange fascination of his.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, as far as getting, do you want me to tell you about the Aaron part now and just go right to that real quick of how I?
Sure. Yeah. So
Okay.
So you Aaron Smith Levin,
Mm-hmm.
right? His channel is Growing Up
in
Scientology,
Mhm.
right? And so you've talked a lot about the fact that, you know, he's one of these main sort of protesters that I guess brought the protest to the streets.
Well, what happened was this, is that there was the SBTV and the Aftermath breakup.
Kind of funny.
Was Aftermath, yeah. The Aftermath breakup situation was before the protesters got there. So the protesters are actually new to the entire situation in LA, in the sense that they don't know a lot of the lore of what has already happened with me and Nora and Aaron, and how they attacked me because I started to speak out about them. Now, I was on Aaron's show. I messaged him. I said, you know, I was there at Celebrity Center, met a couple people, never finished a course, right? So I was high the whole time. So anything I did there didn't really count, you know?
What drew you into Scientology?
I was working on a film, and Bodie. I was working with Bodie Elfman, and Jenna was around.
I used to see Bodie around CC all the time when I was there.
Yeah,
he was a fixture on the patio.
Yeah, so Jenna and Bodie kind of brought me to the Celebrity Center because I was working on a film with Bodie, and people have put that out, so they know what that's about.
Yeah,
and you know, I just ended up going in there, and I was on a lot of drugs, and I was like, well, maybe I'd like to quit some drugs, perhaps, maybe. But I ended up.
They know something about that, don't they?
Well, I suppose. I really what happened to me was basically, I think I paid for a few courses. And then I was there for a while, and I don't like organized anything. I'm not about, you know, any whether it's Catholic, but it doesn't matter to me. Organized religion to me, it was just too much of a, you know, of a regimented program for me, being high as I was at the time.
Sure, I can totally see that.
So I was just basically hanging out there, doing a whole lot of nothing. Paid for a few courses, then just sort of left. You know, nobody, you know, I got a couple phone calls saying, are you going to come back? And I was like, no. And then that was it. So I never considered myself, you know, involved with the church, and to call me some kind of agent of the church. You know, I believe that everybody has the right to practice their religion. And I have seen no proof whatsoever of any of the claims that the protesters are making. So smash cut to me going on to Aaron's show, which he deleted. So he deleted that.
And about how long ago, just sense of time, where
about a year and a few months.
Oh, okay.
Right? Like June of 23.
So it must have just been sort of before, like, Scott and William, when that group.
Oh, like 6 months before, 6 to 8 months before.
Okay.
Yeah, almost a year before they got here. They are, like I said, they're very new.
Going on for a while, but
yeah, they're actually very new. I mean, if you go back into my videos, you'll see videos from a year ago of me talking about Nora, and you know, talking about the different people in the SPTV program that I saw some things, and they have some automatic adversarial trigger towards critics. So they have decided to not only gang up on me, but try and destroy my reputation, you know, my life, my elderly mother, anything that they can get their hands on to try and squeeze the life out of me, to try and get me to somehow submit to these lies about me. Because, you know, what I want to emphasize here today, and I'm sure you're going to ask me about my record and whether or not I have actually been convicted of anything. Yes, I was also in the Heat of the Night on NBC.
Maybe they're after your Emmy award? Are
they want my, I threw it out. They can't have it. I was really high. Hey, look, you know, you do things when you're high. I was a very important artist. I couldn't stand it. It made me sick.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. What did you win the Emmy for?
It was like, I was hosting something. And then I have been on a couple of shows that have won Emmys and Golden Globes, and everybody kind of gets to hold it for a little while. So I had to pay for it to be replaced.
Nice.
So everybody gets to have it at their place for a little while. And I threw it away. I said somebody stole it at a party.
Right.
No, I threw it away. I was like,
you gotta choose your friends better.
Yeah, right. And same with the other awards. It's like the Stanley Cup. You know, everybody gets to kind of hold it for a while and be part of the celebration.
Right. Oh, that's too funny.
Mm-hmm.
So you were saying you did a little time.
Jail?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard you mention that.
Yeah, did some misdemeanor time in LA County Jail.
The Twin Towers?
I was in Men's Central.
I don't know that one.
Twin Towers is kind of like the medical facility. Like if you're, or they can't clear you medically, they're going to hold you in the pods there. So I started there.
I see.
But then I ended up over in MCJ. I ended up, since I cook, and you can see a lot of my recipes on my channel.
What's your best dish?
My best dish is probably the risotto. The risotto, and I also do bolognese. You know.
I like good bolognese.
The guanciale is the key. So basically coming through a lot of these back and forth kind of things. Sort of moving up into when the protesters came around. I went out there one time and a bunch of them surrounded me.
Went out where?
I went out to I lived right up the street from the test center.
Oh, okay. So right off Hollywood Boulevard.
Is that what that's called, where they stand outside and it's the one right across from the Taco Bell in Hollywood?
Yes.
Is that the test center? Okay.
Yes. And then there's like across Hollywood Boulevard from that, there's like, I don't like the L. Ron Hubbard something building. I think it's like an executive building that's on
like
the other side of the street.
Down Hollywood Boulevard or something.
I just remember when I first moved to Hollywood, those buildings were crack-ins, right? They were just empty shells that you had people squatting in, and they were drug dens. And then all of a sudden it seemed like, I don't even remember what year that was, but because Hollywood Boulevard, I lived in Hollywood, in Los Angeles for almost 25 years, 26 years. And I saw it change a little bit, but when I first got to Hollywood back in the late 90s, it was on its uphill kick from what, the Julia Roberts Pretty Woman, Hollywood Boulevard was. But sort of the real grit of Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah, so when they were out there, I went out there one time just to sort of check it out and see what was going on, and sort of just stuck my head in to, do a little live streaming. And apparently Aaron Smith Levin or somebody called Streets because they saw me on my live stream. People have been stalking me on my live stream day after day, every stream for about a year, trying to find where I am. But this was early, before people were really trying to fuck with me, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, Aaron Smith Levin calls up Streets and says, hey, he's a Scientologist. So Streets comes up and he's like, are you a Scientologist? Are you in Scientology? Hey, Scientology. And I said, no. And then a little bit later, getting ready to just take off because I had my scooter,
Nice.
Hollywood, you got to have a scooter. And they I don't remember how many of them. It was anywhere between 5 and 8 people just sort of ran up to me. And it was the first time since a long time ago that anybody's come up to me with a camera. All right.
Yeah.
So then 8 of them have their hands out like this, like danger close to my face.
Look at my cell phone.
And yes, this is the lovely cover you have.
Right.
So, I didn't have any problem with that. I'm not someone who wants to, if someone wanted to fight, they would have started there. But I'm saying to myself, like, this is not a problem. This is not a threat. So they surrounded me. I kind of didn't really bat an eyelash. I pack up my, and I just sort of ride off. And that kind of started this, like, I'm an agent of some, well, before they thought I was this OSA boogeyman thing, which, come on. Like, I could work for anybody. And then it just sort of graduated to, then I made this joke, right? I made this joke, and this joke that I made was taken out of context, just like William does with everything, just like he keeps repeating, and he wants to bullhorn the victims of Scientology. He wants to bullhorn them, right?
Sure.
He wants to bullhorn the victims. By the way, that's my William Good impression.
Well, let's not do an impression. Let's let William represent himself. Can we?
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Should we do that? Here,
Scientology. Sorry.
Yeah. So
last one.
This is. Let me pull this clip up here, and this will give the audience a little sense of who this William Good is. Let's see. This is
Billy the Tuna. I don't know.
Yeah,
I call him a lot of things.
So this. Do you recognize this clip yet?
I recognize exactly where it is.
Right. So this is Hollywood Boulevard.
He's on McCadden in Hollywood.
The Scientology building, I think, is the one that's on the right-hand side.
On the right. And that is a closed shop on the left. So this is late at night.
Right. And I believe he just had some sort of lawsuit with this man. I think this man actually tried to get a restraining order against him. And
Is this Joey,
is that his name?
the old guy who looks like Siegfried and Roy? Yeah.
Yeah. Let's watch and listen. The voice you're going to hear, this is William Goode's live stream from Hollywood Boulevard. I don't know when this was. I probably figured that out, but not all too long ago.
I haven't had a man on top of me since band camp.
Hey, so here's Joey guy. First off, Joey was running his mouth about my son the other day. He said you should pray for your son, this guy right here. But I talked to Joey's son. And Joey's son said he's a fucking asshole. Your own son said.
Audience, you can hear this, right? Obviously, you're hearing it.
I am.
It should be going out. Okay, good.
You're a fucking asshole. And he says, I haven't talked to my dad in years, and he recommended that nobody else talk to him either. You're a fucking loser. Get your dog
And
home.
this is
Get your fucking dog.
this. You see the cameras. There's other Scientology, anti-Scientology protesters that are out there already having some sort of conversation with this man. And
Right.
Williams seen him and now come across the street, and you're gonna hear the verbal abuse. And I believe in First Amendment, but there's a line here where for me, I believe this becomes threats and harassment, and you'll hear it coming up.
Dog home, Joey. Fucking loser. Scientologist Joey. I told you I'm gonna ruin your life. Go run over to the police station. The police
That's
are
a threat,
right there.
right?
Go whine to them. I'm gonna ruin your fucking life. I own your name. I control your
You Tony,
Yes.
tell us why Williams says I own your name.
Because he goes and he buys all the websites up of people so that he can harangue and harass them.
Right. So what he's done is he's created a website about Joey to harass Joey digitally. And he does this with police officers. He does it with all kinds of people. I don't think those websites get a
with
whole
the
lot of traction.
false accusations
With the
of me
false
being
accusations.
some kind of predator of underage individuals. Fuck out of here.
Yeah. And so that's what Williams threatening this man with.
Right.
control your whole fucking life. Fuck you. Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm gonna ruin your life, Joey. You remember that. Fuck with me. I'm gonna ruin your life. You can go whine to them all you want. There's nothing they can do. You run your mouth about my fucking son, I'm gonna fucking ruin your life. You piece of fucking shit. The whole fucking, everybody here around here can't stand you. I heard you got banned from Amoeba Records because you were an asshole. Everybody knows you're an asshole. You look like shit. I know you're going through it right now, Joey. Fuck you. I hope you fucking suffer.
All right.
And take your dog home.
Is that enough for him?
And save that fucking dog.
Everybody-
Somebody needs to get that dog.
Everybody gets who William is?
Yes.
All right. Good.
Copy that.
So that's William Good. And so he's been sort of the ringleader of this. And as he says on his live stream, it's because a Scientologist told him to get off the property when he was standing harassing cops. A police stop was happening behind the building that you're talking about, the recruiting center, and he was told to get off the property, and he didn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so he decided he was going to start protesting Scientology, and that's how they ended up out there. When you're out there, and they've all come up with their cameras, and this is the Sundown. William Good is Streets LA. That's him. And so where does it go from there? They've all got their cameras in your face.
Well, I mean, I just rode away, and then
on your scooter, not your Ducati.
on my scooter. Yep. And I scooted on out, and that was really kind of the last time I ever saw any of them. So, I mean, I was out there for a minute, but not having anything to do with any of them. I didn't know any of them. And quite honestly, they all appeared pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Right. Because when I went out there was only that SP Spanglish guy, flitting around there in his little, heels and stuff, running his bullhorn.
Spanglish. Which one's that?
Serge?
Serge?
No, that's not Serge. It's another one. Spanglish, SP Spanglish. I just remember that he was the one who's out there because, you know,
I'm guessing he's one of the ones that's no longer out because since.
No, he's been out there. He's been out there.
Still out there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's one of the people who's one of my, let's say he likes guys and he's been following me a lot, real close. Well, he's just one of the goons that was out there who I think if he's like an Aaron simp, then he would be, you know, sicked on me by William. And there's like, he's one of their crash test dummies who can't take it when I make fun of him.
Right.
You know. SP Spanglish.
So
fucking weirdos. They're all weirdos. They're all criminals.
Well, yes, I will acknowledge that they are all very strange. Most the non-Scientologist protesters are not the smartest bunch. And for me, that's how I can tell the difference between those who have been in Scientology and those who haven't. Turns out the smart ones are the ones who have been in Scientology.
Right.
And for different varying reasons. But that's what I was saying is the Aaron Smith Levin, you know, obviously Nora, 27 years she's been in. I don't know how long Aaron was in, but Aaron worked his way up and he was senior management, whatever. Laura FM, she's definitely been in Scientology for many years. I don't know when she got out. Who am I missing that was out on the street that was former?
Liz Gale.
Liz Gale. Was she in LA occasionally?
Yes.
Yeah.
So was Liz Ferris.
And Liz Ferris. But most of
Vanessa.
And well, Vanessa
LaRose.
Vanessa LaRose.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know who that one is.
Oh boy. She's sticking her head up again. She dated Tommy, the predator, the convicted.
I keep hearing this
offender.
name Tommy, and I'm really confused as to who Tommy is.
Lifeboat Tommy. Brett Miller, Lifeboat Tommy. He's the bald guy who does the thing with Reese.
Yeah.
See, he's an actual convicted offender. I am not.
Right.
Kind of strange.
And so, like, is Scott quiet about Tommy?
Yes.
Okay.
So's Nora.
So is he ignoring that this person is part of and around the protests?
Chat, has he been talking about Tommy at all? I haven't heard him talk about Tommy. Chat, they have a
yeah.
So,
see, a lot of the chat doesn't really follow the drama of these
well, I have a bunch of my
and yours
in here, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So they will.
Welcome, by the way, all the ZDT fans.
And if you don't like me, by the time you're done here, you might, if you relax a little bit. You just gotta have a seat. I have hot chocolate and blankets for everybody.
Like I said to Kathy, sit back and listen. Sit back and listen. You know, don't be in a rush to, you know, draw conclusions. You might hear something different. You know, I know the cult told you not to listen, but today's the day you want to listen. You want to hear the stories. You want to hear what's going on. You want to get a feel for the people.
You know what? I think let's let them know that we can get to a point where there will be an Ask Me Anything.
Sure.
Or we can do that a little later if you want.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. We're not in a rush, but we're not going to be doing a 5-hour stream here today.
Damn
I know it's early for you, but you know, I'm old. I have like 5:30 dinner. How's it going to bed at like 8 o'clock at night so I can get up at 3? But so it's good. We were talking about the streamers, and then there's all these. There's a number of different streamers from 17-year-old. I think was the youngest that was out there.
16 at the time.
16 turned 17 during all of this, and then all the way up to the Tori. Tori, right? She's
probably in her 70s. Probably in her 70s.
And she's a real firecracker. That Tori, really interesting to listen to. I got blocked in her chat too, but I'd love to have a conversation with Tori. Tori Magoo. So you have this huge spectrum of live streaming protesters, and they've always got their cameras going. There's only maybe a couple that might not actually live stream that go out and protest, really do it just for the protest.
Mhm.
But I that's
They've
most
all
of them
quit.
have their live streams.
They've all quit. The ones that were out there for the actual act,
Yeah,
the cause or whatever.
right.
Which I support protesting. You know, that's First Amendment shit, but
Right.
there's a line.
Let your voice be heard, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think if I have seen this happen correctly, it appears as though a lot of them did not like the abusiveness of the protesters. And that was what kind of ran off some of the other protesters. I know William talked about this in his live stream that he did, 3 days ago, I think. I was hearing him say this. It's like it was too much. They scared the neighbors. They scared people that they really want to back them in this protest to shut down Scientology.
Yeah, there's a whole group there's a women's group there that's actually terrified of them and expressed that on camera, a couple times. So
interesting. I have a video clip here.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 1 second here. Let me pull this up. I'm having a little trouble here. It is. Let me see. Is this it? No, that's not it.
Hey, what's up, Chad? How y'all doing? Good to see you. Hey, everybody.
Oh, I want to play something real quick for you.
This is the part, if we were live, I'd be like, how about everybody make some noise?
That is not WYSIWYG TV.
I got you.
I know.
We would crush a live show, bro.
Calm.
If we did a live show, Wizzy and ZDT at the Roxy in LA.
It's the yin and the yang.
It's true.
I as I was going through looking for show clips,
study value.
This is Scott Adams, the creator of the Dilbert cartoon.
This guy's crushing it.
Oh, he absolutely is in the most simple of ways, which is incredible.
They do coffee every morning with him.
I know, right? Listen to what he says about trolls.
Study that suggests that online trolls, have low self-esteem and may be doing it to get attention. Wow, that's valuable. I wonder if they talked to the people who did the UBI test. Because, we were kind of shocked to find out that if you give people money, they'll pay their bills with it. But now I'm even more shocked to find out that trolls, it's almost like the trolls are not emotionally stable.
Wow.
Did anybody see that coming?
No, really?
Surprise. Yeah.
I found that as I was going through, not what I was looking for, but sorry, did I lose it? I have a clip of Scott harassing a group of women at La Poubelle.
Oh yeah,
that I wanted to show you.
The cunt one?
What's that?
Is it the cunt one?
I don't know if it's that one or not. It was this group of women sitting out during the daytime, and I swore that I had pulled it in.
Hey, Ange Q, I could see you.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. It'll be up in a second. Look at that. The smoke. It's like a guy. That's wild. Do you not normally smoke on stream?
I do.
Oh, hey,
I try and
you're
duck
more than
out.
welcome to here. It doesn't.
I try and duck out.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Here, this is coming up. So this is an example of Scott and his beliefs and how he
rape women and they put GHB in their drinks.
So what he's doing here, just a little background for those of you who are not familiar. Scott had gone out to what is known as La Poubelle restaurant, and he was upset with the restaurant because the owner, Francois Costner, had written a character statement for court when Danny was being tried for his rape of 2 women from Scientology. And so Francois Costner owns this restaurant, and Scott is out there to let everybody know that this restaurant is, well, you'll hear.
Now you got a bunch of Eagles music.
You know what?
They copyright my stream, but it's okay.
Wizzy, and
Yeah.
also keep in mind that this restaurant right across the street from Celebrity Center.
Oh, yes. It is right across the street from the Celebrity Center Scientology building, which is a historic old building. But it's in this, what's this neighborhood? I used to go to the Oak Gourmet.
Mhm.
Best sandwiches and cheese and good food.
Yeah, good stuff. They want to shut it all down.
Yeah. Which none of this stuff has anything to do with Scientology.
No, it doesn't. No, it
Has
doesn't.
absolutely nothing.
The crimes that were even reported there was no conviction based upon these this individual's reports of what had happened here. There was no conviction.
Yeah.
Enjoy the fucking Eagles music. Hotel California. It's great. No, but it's great. What I do is we take AI, we capture people's faces.
This is interesting because I forgot the important part of this. And what he's doing is threatening these women.
Mhm.
These women. Look at the woman in the pink. You'll notice she's sitting there looking at Scott. Like, what the fuck is going on here? And now,
And she's just trying to enjoy her. She's got a guest that is
Yeah.
not sitting there with her right now, maybe at the bathroom.
yeah, just having lunch outside, dining, on the street. They complained for a while that there was no AMA or what do you call it? ADA
Yeah, compliance.
compliance as she drives her wheelchair by in front. She complains about no wheelchair access as she's moving past the restaurant. Anyway, that's a sub note. I don't know if you remember all that.
And then let their social media know that they hang out at rape shops. That's what we do. Yes, but this is actually the watering hole. This is the watering hole for it. But I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life. And no. See, I'm going to stay here. I got arrested here last week. I was arrested here 2 months ago, and I keep coming back. But I will make sure we find your Twitter, and we'll find your shit, and we'll make sure people know that you're here supporting a serial rapist. Well, you were kind of a bitch to me right off the get-go. You just chewed me off. So
Chewed me off.
No, it's all right.
What was that?
She chewed me off. You mean chewed me out? He's a moron.
Well, was it chewed me out or shooed me off?
No.
Chewed
He
or
said
chewed?
Chewed me off.
Because
as in,
yeah,
run
Scott's
it back.
speech could go either way.
bro, he has maxoglossia. He has Down's syndrome tongue.
Well, I'm starting to think from his live stream.
I mean, reportedly, I'm not a doctor, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Really good. A lot of psychedelics is what he was saying the other night. And I'm like, that's interesting. Like, I'm surprised he admits that, but it may have had a long lasting effect.
Yeah.
She didn't have to do that. She wanted to be a little prissy little person to me. I'll be a prissy, but that's not. So what do you think? What do you think of? Do you want to read the letter? You don't want to know about how she supported a rapist? The owner, Francois Costner. I'm trying to imply she doesn't know what's going on. You have no idea what's going on. I'm trying to be kind and courteous. I'd be happy to give you the letter. You want to read it? There it is. Thank you.
This is strictly just to show the harassment that's going on.
Yeah. Keep it.
With
No,
innocent
it's all right.
bystanders have
I
nothing
wasn't
to
mean
do
to
with
you. You
any
shooed
of
me
his
off,
complaints.
and so now you got me. This is what happens when people shoo me off. I come right at the person shooing me off.
This has nothing
These
to do
people
with
ignore me.
protesting what he's saying he's protesting. Correct. He is just targeting people now.
Right.
These are threats. These are threats to try and get them to leave.
Yes. They're William, him, they're trying to shut down this business.
Yeah.
And they've used lawfare to do it. I believe Francois had filed a restraining order against several of the protesters for the harassment that was occurring. And for that, she got and lost a slap suit and had to pay an egregious amount of money to these people, which blows me away. Absolutely blows me away. I also, it's LA courts. I don't see getting a reasonable outcome.
No, they think they're going to get like $180,000 or some shit like that. It's ridiculous.
Well, I hope she's what's the word I'm looking for? Taking it back and trying to get this overturned, because it's absurd. Like I don't understand how any of this evidence that we all have on these live streams that we've watched for almost, is it over a year yet that they've been out there?
Depending on who, if you've been watching the protesters, you're talking about 9-10 months.
Yeah.
Got none of my attention.
I think he muted the audio there.
Yeah, he did, because of the song.
Because he's worried about that. And so he just chases around these women.
With his
Yeah.
liver spotted hands, his bug bites. Look at all those bug bites, bro.
Oh,
are those bed bugs?
yeah,
Are those
that might be something living in the van. It's highly likely.
Freeze frame.
We got shitty music.
That's the original
old
van
one.
before
Yeah,
it
the
drove it into
OG.
the freeway wall.
Oh, Scylla.
Yeah. So that's
Scabies.
and there are more of those. So this is how that turns out. Not from that night. We'll hold off. We'll hold off. But I've got one of the first arrests when he was arrested for actually another event. We'll play that. And I don't even know that it's this event, but there's been several of these attacks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where they've been out there protesting, and let me see. Make sure I pull this one in here.
I would say they have gathered. I wouldn't say they're protesting at this point.
Sure.
I would say they have gathered.
That protesting is giving them way too much credit.
Oh, fuck
right?
yeah.
Let's see here. This one.
Wow.
Yeah, this is one of the first. This is one of the first ones. Now this guy.
What you calling a raper, nigga?
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Yo. Don't fucking touch him.
That was
Chill out,
Scott
bro. Chill
pushing
out.
this guy
Chill
off
out.
this bike in front of La Poubelle. And for some reason, this is one of the many altercations that happened out there.
Who's that in the hat?
I don't know which streamer that is. I don't remember who this is. Somebody who's not around anymore.
Right.
But Scott came up, and you see it at the beginning here. This is Scott pushing him over. There's a pause button in the way, but you see that. Oh, Siri, thank you. No. Sorry, thanks, Siri. Yeah, so you
Hellcat?
you
That's
can see.
Hellcat. Okay.
Was that Chris with the Hellcat? Well,
Mhm.
behind him,
In the
right?
camouflage hat.
In the camo is
In the
okay.
camo, yeah.
He doesn't really come around anymore, does he?
Mm-mm.
So this is not the best clip. This is one of the only before they removed it. But that's Scott
Pushed him
pushing
over.
him.
Wow.
That's Scott pushing him down. But this guy had walked his bicycle by the protesters, and one of them calls him a rapist. He thinks, and he turns around and says something back to them, and that's when Scott comes up and shoves him from behind. That's assault, right?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not defensive. That's assault. And that is
It's,
one of.
Did he knock him down?
Oh yeah, he knocks him
Battery.
down.
Battery.
Knocks him down.
That's a assault. That's an aggravated battery, actually.
Is it? I don't know how
I think
any
so.
of those.
I think so. That's what I'm charging him with.
Yeah.
I say aggravated battery.
Right.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It seems like it would be something like that.
So then at some point out at La Poubelle, you get this arrest.
They're coming for me right now.
And Scott knew. He started to walk away at this point because he knew what he did was wrong.
What?
And so now LAPD and the helicopter, they
What?
arrested
What did I
him
do?
and somebody else that night.
I'm getting arrested.
I don't remember who else they arrested that night. But at least he's going to do us all a favor here, and he's going to set his camera down and step in front of it so we can watch him
Perfect shot.
get arrested.
Perfect shot.
Right?
Ah! Grabbing my cock. What the fuck you doing? Ah! Why you grabbing my dick?
He's a showman.
What do you got a gun for, you psychopath? Put the shotgun away, you fucking psycho. You just
Someone freedom too, man.
See, I don't like that it does that. It
I
switched
saw
on me.
you in the Scientology building.
Can you pause this for a second?
Yeah.
I see something in the chat that I'd like to address if you don't
Sure.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a warrant. Okay, so whoever's in the chat, there's no warrant for my arrest. Okay, there has been no contact by anything. So anybody can make criminal charges. Charges are not evidence, and I've done nothing of the kind. Anybody can go and take a lawyer and force charges at a fucking police station. So I would just say that, Kathy Smith, before you shoot your fucking dick soaker off in a chat, honey, do us a favor. At least know what you're talking about. I have spoken with the city attorney's office. Shh, shut your mouth because you're speaking bullshit. There's no warrant for me. Okay? There's no warrant. Nobody's arresting me. I'm not going to jail. Okay? Even though you really would like that idea, which I don't really understand because I've done nothing to anybody. So how about you just say whatever you want to say, but I'm going to address it because people are going to say something to you in the chat because you're full of shit. Okay?
Tony, you did do something.
What?
If I remember correctly, there was a day you were out on your motorcycle and you were riding around Hollywood on your motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
And you intentionally upset these people that they tried to chase you down.
Mm-hmm.
So you did something, Tony. You dared to show your face on the streets of Hollywood.
Well, I didn't even show my face. It was
Well,
behind.
yeah, it's got the cool helmet and all. But thank you for the super chat, Lush Life. It's very kind.
Nice.
Very kind. I don't know how to make that show up, but I must have missed that.
I love that one too. That I hide in my house. No, I go out quite a bit and check out the streams. Thank you though.
Kathy, sit back, relax, enjoy.
Calm down. Everybody relax and enjoy the
Take a
show
listen.
for fuck's sake.
You know.
We're going to get to that part. All right. Now you could wait till the AMA. All right. Thanks. We stay inside because we can have a lease. Just so you know.
Right.
All right.
You'd think he'd have more time to work on that RV, but anyway, they love him. They love him. They like literally love the people who are the most aggressive, vile, trash out there, and hate you because yeah, I've watched your streams, Tony. You are a free spirit of the English language. And you know you've been around and you're entertaining, right?
Thank you. Yes, and really the way I see it, Wizzy, is people talk about me, and I'm an angry person. I'm a survivor of of not only SA, but I've had a lot of shit happen to me in my life, right?
Yeah.
So I'm an angry person. So if someone talks shit to me, I legally cannot go up to Nora and punch her in the face. You know what I mean? That's not legal. I'll go to jail.
Sure.
All I have is words to fight back when people are attacking me and accusing me. So I use vile words because I know it gets under their skin. I could be here. I'm not out of control. I'm totally chill.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's really just the Avatar sort of character-ish, shock jock-ish vibe on my show.
Right.
I take free speech to the absolute limit. I've never threatened anybody, and I would never hurt anybody unless they came to try and hurt me. And I'm disabled, so I'd rather not.
And we'll get to the death threats.
Yes,
at some point,
for sure.
I think that's important to talk about. But
Mm-hmm.
let's go back, just real quick for a second here. Finish watching.
Oh
This.
yeah, man.
This is
Always the perfect shot, right?
It's the few times that he actually gets things right, and he actually shows the audience something interesting. Scott has no respect for himself or others.
Put the shotgun away, you psycho.
Most likely, it's a green shotgun. For those of you who don't know what a green shotgun is, it is a less lethal. It shoots beanbags.
He's not even a shotgun that is being pointed at him. It's a beanbag gun. Yeah.
Yes. You know, if they know Scott, they know who he is. The helicopter's up. The threat level with Scott is high every time for a reason, because they've seen the live streams. They know what he's capable of. They know what he's done. They're protecting themselves, and technically they're protecting him, because if he were to do something stupid, having that less lethal round, or not intending to kill him, like he would happen if they didn't have those to stop him when he became violent. But this is it's probably the first arrest, if I remember correctly.
Yes, this was the one with the tear gas.
Right.
I don't even think this is the one with the fight with the bike guy.
No, I don't think it is. I think it is the tear gas episode where they thought they had tear gas, or they had given themselves. So in California, in Los Angeles, hold
on 1 second. Hey, Tao, can you show me on the doll where they touched you? Tao, show me on the doll where they touched you, buddy. All right. Can you show me on the doll where they touched you? Tao, do you need a little attention? Tao with the poison makeup line. Thank you.
Oh, is that Tao?
That's Tao in the chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I remember that. I remember
He's
that
cute.
drama.
He's cute.
Yeah. If you can't act like an adult, Tao, you're not going to be welcome here. So, door knocker, if
we
Tao,
don't have to block him. I like it.
Yeah. Well, no, I just, make sure you
because
I'd like
to address his thing, but if you want to ban him, that's up to you.
No. I'm just saying, if he's not going to be able to be an adult, at some point.
We're going to get to that, Tao. Sit tight. Don't you worry, honey. Don't try and run the show. Relax, sweetheart. Have yourself a little Tom Collins. Calm down. We'll be right to it. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen Tao around in a while.
I know. I'm glad he came.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's this. I don't think there's anything else here really worthwhile. The stuff gets left there. They come back and they get his camera.
Right. The perfect shot every time.
Not every time. There's a couple times he's really not done a good job of that, and I'm so disappointed.
He was in motion though. The couple he had, he was on the move. He didn't have time.
Yeah, in the one in the van where you hear them looking through, and these small police jurisdictions. Ventura, I think, was one of them. San Luis Obispo was CHP. He was at the gas station. He's been swatted a number of times.
Mm-hmm.
And they've blamed you for this swatting.
Yes. While I've been live streaming.
Right. Do we want to talk about swatting?
Yeah, let's talk about swatting.
What does it take to swat?
I don't even know. Apparently it takes a little bit of electronic knowledge with phones and something called spoof numbers, spoofing.
Yeah. So even scammers, they use this where, like, in your local area, what a number similar to yours, something that doesn't seem like it's long distance, whatever, pops up, and you answer it, and it's some scammer call, right? Or these swattings of live streamers have been going on for a long time.
God, yeah.
This is not new. There's people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, political figures, typically conservatives, live streamers.
Ice Poseidon has been swatted over 500 times.
Right. Tim Pool's been swatted several times. These swattings have been going on for the last 8 years. They've progressively gotten worse and worse. And someone who has the technical knowledge to be able to hide their identity, hide their phone number, hide where they're doing this from, has been swatting Scott and other members of this protest group. But not everyone. But they got Jessica, they got did Confident Chris ever get swatted?
I don't believe so.
Yeah. I don't think Serge was ever swatted, but Serge doesn't live stream that much anymore. Let's go back to Serge. I don't know why. It's fascinated by him. Definitely Scott, almost a dozen times.
Yes. And officially under investigation. What's up, Andy?
Right.
Portland Andy in the house.
They're investigating him as being the swatter. And simultaneously, I can understand why, because his phone number showed up in the 911 log. That would be the reason why they were investigating him. He had to have some tie to that swatting. Now, that doesn't mean that he did that, but it does mean that the person was able to figure out or learn his phone number,
right?
Whatever phone that was that they tied that to, and that's why they're holding those ties. But then
Danny was also swatted too.
Danny was swatted several times, and then
that's a dangerous game, dog.
Very dangerous game.
That's a dangerous fucking game.
Because we all understand what the intent of it is. The intent is to cause harm to the person who's being swatted, because the threat level of the phone calls that come in is high. It puts these officers
exigent.
Into a situation they don't know what's going on. They've gotten a phone call, or they've gotten the call from dispatch. Dispatch has said something extreme is going on. And they come in, code 3, lights, sirens, the whole works, and they're going to get a handle of the situation, and then they're going to figure it out. That's the time when they once they've got everybody detained and then they sit there and they figure out what's going on. What isn't helpful is yelling at the police officers, doing all those things that would potentially get you hurt by the police officers because they don't know what's going on.
Right.
So how he handles it personally, I think he should know better. And he's done a couple where he's handled it well, but then there's others where he's like, he knows it, they don't know it. He thinks they should know it. It doesn't matter. They're going to handle the calls per protocol, and they're going to follow those protocols because that's what they're trained to do, and that's what they will do. Anyway,
well, I've also told the investigators that I am totally willing to give them my devices if they feel any need. I would cooperate completely. I haven't even been asked.
Yeah. Right? Well, you remember Denver J?
Vaguely, I hear
he wasn't in LA very long, and then he had a thing for Laura, it appears, and then Scott kind of ran him off. It's my girl, and he took off while he was in Denver, Colorado, protesting at a Scientology building there. He was swatted, and I feel like I have that video someplace. But what was interesting about that, Tony, was the fact that the police officer tells him that the 911 call came from a New York phone number out of a New York cell. Okay. I assume that the 911 board can trace a call, because these days when you dial 911 from your cell, they have a pretty good sense of where you're at, how you're calling. That's that's why we don't need landlines anymore. When you call 911 and you drop the phone, they can kind of find you. And so this officer clearly knew and had questioned where this phone call came from, because he may have thought that it sounded strange, whatever. And he said he called, and the woman that answered knew nothing about what was going on, which is what I experienced once before when I returned a call from a spoof number that came through on my phone. And the woman's like, yeah, I didn't call you. I have no idea. And we had a funny conversation and talked about scammers and spoofing and whatnot. This was years ago. Mm-hmm. But these types of things have been happening. There's these little details. But like, he claims that you called and swatted him. But you've also talked about on your stream where you've called the police on him and made credible complaints.
About a specific date, yeah.
Right? And you identified yourself. You do all those things, right?
I did. He's talking about September 14th.
Okay.
And he is saying that I swatted him. I didn't. Captain Funyon, I did not swat you, my boy. I called because I suspected that you were driving on the road high because you take mushrooms.
Yeah.
Because they take mushrooms. And these people are calling me a fucking having my life threatened because they want to have this little get off when they would never do any of this to my face, because, it is what it is. But you have a situation where not only did I identify myself, but I contacted the watch commander of that station afterward and said, hey, here I am. If you got a problem, this is why I did it. Here's the video. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that she got stopped is because she was speeding, not because I called. And she says it in her own video. Right? Yeah. So this is all just, people who are, some of them are in the room now. They don't know me. They're just here to push a narrative. And some of them are just so vicious and mentally ill that they just can't stop because they're so obsessed. Right. And, whatever, make a move. I mean, what do you want me to do? It's just the same old.
Yeah.
I just do what I do in my life, and I'm not stopping. No one has stopped me from doing anything. And the vitriol really only makes my show more exciting. So.
Yeah. And I get that. And well, I was gonna bring up another clip here. I don't know if this was. Yeah, this clip did not come through right. So this is another one of DOA's wonderful moments.
Oh, sweetheart, you want a tissue? Like, you guys are gonna have to hit harder. Hit harder. Make me feel it, please. Make me feel it. I don't feel anything. I'm numb. Hit me harder, please. Put on the brass knuckles and hit me. I love it. Makes me.
They definitely want to hate you from what I've seen.
I don't know why.
And I don't either. And you called out this young man that was out there with this group of protesters, that the protesters, I noticed, would use this 16-year-old young adult as a shield, is what I saw. The shield being, they're all harassing people, and you're going to see an example of it here. They're all harassing people. And then in one of the clips, you'll hear, I forget who it is, saying, it was Audit LA, I think. And she's saying that they were attacking a minor. They're attacking a minor. They're attacking a minor. No, the minor is attacking people on the street.
Let me just hold on. You keep saying the minor. Now, when the minor is streaming, you understand, the minor is a public figure, number one.
I get that.
Just like anybody else. Public figures have different standards. It is a public figure that is falsely accusing me of bullshit because I called CPS to report that the kid was unsafe and riding illegally without a helmet. That's all I said.
That's a solid point, because last I heard they all want to protect everyone. So they should be right there with you in that.
So, you know, if you're not down with making sure that a minor has a helmet on, you're sitting here attacking me. This is all about retaliation because you've heard something from somebody or whatnot. But hold on.
Retaliation because they know what they're doing is wrong.
Correct. But Solomon is a public figure who has been authorized and signed off by his mother to act as an adult. So shut the fuck up, all you legal eagles. Shut up. All right? He's a minor when he's not on fucking YouTube. When he's streaming, he's not a fucking minor. He is emancipated by his mother. Okay? So those of you who don't understand the fucking law, that's how that works. And there are people that are a lot younger than Solomon that are on there that are a lot fucking tougher than this fucking pussy. All right? And all of you thin-skinned little bitches. So threaten me all you want, right? It's like your problem, not mine. Because I know what's going to happen in this courtroom, and it's not good. It's not going well, and I can't talk about the details, but it ain't going well, and they won't talk about it. You know,
Gang here thinks that you're cyberbullying him
and
body shaming him.
Yeah,
and,
well,
you know that gang's not paying attention very clearly.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I am merely clapping back at a gang of people, and I know who this is. This is one of the vicious ones. Not true, gang. I'm not body shaming anybody. What I'm doing is I'm clapping back in same YouTube fashion that's been happening for decades. So grow up, and don't call people stalkers and predators that aren't, because I've never been convicted of any such fucking thing. I'm not a convicted felon like Streets or several, or Scott, or several of these other people that are in your fucking group.
Yeah.
Right. So you're looking at, I haven't done anything wrong. I've just spoken. And the words that I said were a play on words that they took a little bitty fucking sentence and used it against me, just like Streets does, just like this little sentence of he wants to bullhorn victims. Like, shut the fuck up.
They'll come after you while forgetting that Scotty's best friend is a 4-time felon, right? That he goes to see in DC. Because it only matters in one direction to them. They don't like the fact that you're giving them a hard time for their harassment of civilians, for lack of better words, people who have nothing to do with Scientology, especially these people out here at the restaurant.
Well, what these people don't question is why, as a grown-ass man, why are 46 and 50-year-old men playing with little boys on scooters in Hollywood? Yes. Fuckos. You won't say, they
don't ask that question.
Any fucking shit about me with minors? No. All I did was say something about this little fucking Pop-Tart because he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Right. And he should be in military school so that he has a future, because right now that kid has got no direction, no fucking life. And these people have absolutely ruined it in every sense of the word, including all of you chatters that have tried to influence him. You should be fucking ashamed of yourself.
Solomon was out. I don't know if you guys remember the story. What was it, a month or two ago?
Turned him into a fucking terrorist.
Yeah, where the 7-Elevens in LA were getting like jumped by the gangs of juveniles.
Yes.
Well, Solomon was there.
Oh,
Solomon's in the live stream with the kids, you know, going into the 7-Eleven. That's who we're talking about. You know, juvenile delinquent is a pretty accurate way to put it. Watch this clip, everybody. Check this out. This is a family that's going by.
Place supports rape, guys.
His sign says GHB inside.
Oh my gosh.
Which, like,
what? You're cool with it? You're cool with it?
Oh no, this isn't.
You're cool with rape? Yeah, we are really cool. You guys are cool with rapists?
Look at.
You think that Danny Masterson should have raped those girls?
These are all the streamers.
Get the fuck away. I'm walking down the street, you fucking pussy.
In the sailor's suit. I don't remember his name. He didn't last very long out there.
You little pussy. Guess what? I can walk on the fucking street.
So this
You
is
think
Scott
that Danny
gaslighting.
Masterson should have raped those girls?
Get the fuck away from me. All right? Seriously, get the fuck away.
He's following these guys.
I'm walking down the street, you fucking pussy.
I'm just walking down the street.
You little pussy.
This is illegal.
Guess what? I can walk on the fucking street. Stay away from me. With that red fucking sweater. You're so fucking dangerous looking. Stop following me. Stop following me. Stop following me.
Now he's twisting.
Stop following me. Stop
Good
following
one,
me.
Scott.
What a pussy.
Genius maneuver.
Oh.
Genius.
Oh, this little bitch says all sorts of things. Good little rapist bitch. Keep walking on, bitch. Keep walking, bitch. Bitch, da. You more a bitch than a bitch. You ain't hitting pussy or hitting the switch. Bitch, niggas.
Wow, Scott.
No.
That's a blast from the past. I don't remember how this ends. I know these are kind of long clips. And he's sitting here. They track the vehicle. They're harassing him. They're gonna call it in.
Yeah. I could share a screen too if you.
Oh yeah. You got something you want to show? Let me.
I do. I do.
Okay. How do I do that on my end?
Here's what I'm gonna do here. Let me just get this screen in here. Share screen. Yeah. I got it. It's gonna be this one.
Should show up as an asset, I'm guessing, on my end. Oh, there it is. Yep. All right, here you go.
Okay. Do I have the ball?
You got the ball.
Okay. Roger Ball. All right, so here we go. This is Solomon out in front of the Wilshire Police Station Fair. All right. So let's show you what he did here. All right. I have another one a little later when I find it, but you can switch. So enjoy your ride. All right. Okay, so now we stopped on the ride. I should have gone a little further forward. But we're almost there. You get kind of distracted, you know?
Is this was like a carnival setup that he's...
Yes, this is like a street carnival out in front of the police station, the Wilshire Police Street Carnival.
Ah.
And this one is still here. That's the creep over here. This guy. This.
Who's that guy?
Me. This is a flyer of me that says, warning, child predator. It says my name. It has a QR code to a website that shows edited clips, right, of what happened. So they've been putting up these flyers about me, calling me a child predator because I made a joke about the word grape and said a ridiculous sentence that means nothing. And people have taken my non-felonious life when they have a bunch of felons around them and started accusing me of being a child predator. Now, I would just say, if any of these people, you know what would happen if anyone said this in my presence. There's no choice. You must respond, right? So people can make these false accusations all they want, but the important part is this, is that this is on one of his fucking live streams, all right? And this is what a dumbass does. Watch what continues to happen here.
Scan this barcode. This guy's a creep who's stalking.
He is talking to strangers on the street now. And he's saying, scan this barcode of this creep.
Me currently.
He's stalking me.
Yeah,
currently.
he's like sexually traumatizing me.
This sounds like he's stalking you.
Yeah, this is him putting my life in fucking danger for no reason. You fucking idiots. Okay?
It's a creep over here. This guy.
That's some nerve.
This is on his live stream. He deleted this, by the way.
Yeah. Well, once it's out there forever.
Yeah.
Scan this barcode. This guy's a creep who's stalking me currently.
What?
Yeah, he's like
And
sexually
I'm surprised
traumatizing me.
nobody
I have
has
a restraining
questioned
order,
him
and
about
And
this.
he's saying how he's
None of these fucking pieces of shit that are in this fucking chat, right? Oh, I already told the truth here. See, you're the ones who are carrying a lie. Beach cum dumpster. All right, go fuck yourself and your mother. Excuse me. Sorry, Wizzy.
I get it. I get where the
I
anger comes
apologize.
from. It's aggravating.
I
I get it.
apologize. Go.
It's
F
unbelievably
your MZ, your mom's. How about that? Can I'll edit it. But listen, you're
grape
smart.
me and all this stuff. If
Yes,
you wanna
I said grape intentionally. It was a joke about the word grape. Rape is rape. Grape is a fruit.
And this guy's a child predator who lives. He might live in your community.
Really?
He lives in Hollywood. Who's actively stalking me right now.
Really?
Right now? Yeah. I have a restraining order against him, and he's violating it.
He is talking to complete strangers.
Yeah, he's
Right?
letting all the strangers
No, but
know.
This is him. He lives in Hollywood in LA. Yeah. Yeah. This guy's 54 years old, by the way, obsessed with a 17-year-old.
There's
You know?
what?
Wow.
I'm in a
We're warning the community.
Wow.
warning the community. Yeah, see that?
We're warning the community.
So this is just one of several hours.
What's up, Jay?
Video. And he thinks it's funny.
Yeah. No,
He thinks
clearly
it's funny for
Gross.
people in the chat to be threatening my fucking life when they don't do it in here, but they do it elsewhere.
Yeah.
Scan this barcode, guys.
Well, he's
You
not
guys
the only
will
one
see
that
what
did
he
this,
has said
right?
about me.
Oh no, he's not.
I think William is the one who actually.
Oh, I could go further, but yeah, they tried to contact JD Delay, who actually knows me through certain things, you know.
Yeah.
But go ahead. Did you have some other video?
No, I was just saying I've seen William out in Hollywood making these videos where the real threat comes from, as well as this kid.
Right.
But like, how does one go about dealing with that?
Well, you know, I've
which, by the way, this is not a new tactic. I've seen this tactic with, you know, the Antifers back in the day. Sure. With all the protests. They were putting, you know, pictures of Proud Boys and, you know, different people up.
Sure. Well, you know, this came because they have never, ever been able to do anything to shut me down because I'm not doing anything wrong. I don't threaten anybody. I don't harass. I don't stalk. I don't do anything like that to anyone. I'm right here in the chair. One time I went outside, they surrounded me. Another time I went by somewhere and they chased me in the street. I've never gone after any of them. And if I was a real psychopath or a stalker or anything like that, then this would have all been done by now. I can tell you that. But I'm not like that. You know, that's not my interest. I don't want to be violent, man. I've seen enough violence and shit in my life. And people like Tao, he's just a hurt little fucking, you know, dick sucker, right? So like, what do I give a shit about him? He's like a little piece of kindling who just can't stop. The only way these people get attention is by talking about me. They've created an entire market. I don't know why they would want to fucking, you know, kill the golden goose.
The fact that Tao would support what Solomon was doing along with the other protesters, and I don't think Tao was harassing people, if I remember correctly, on the street.
He actually stayed back.
Yeah, right. Like that wasn't his thing. So he of all people, like, why would he be?
He was loud. But he didn't get into any of the altercations. He documented it from back. He didn't want to get any of that. I don't blame him.
Right.
I wouldn't want to get in a fight with these fucking people.
And you know, I think about like most of them not being in Scientology. Like, why would they waste their time?
Well, Tao doesn't like me because I did a review of his makeup products.
Well, that was sort of the result of what was going on, right? Mm-hmm. It wasn't like had you not opened your mouth and had anything to say about this group, none of this would be going on.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. But my fight is
shame on you, Tony. How
know,
dare
right?
you voice your opinion about something?
Well, people
Only
want to.
they can.
Right. Only they
They're
can.
the
have
only
free
ones allowed
speech.
to do that.
Right. Only free speech for them. I can't have any of it.
Not for you.
Not at all.
Not
I
for
don't
you.
get it. It's not on the menu for me, bro.
Right.
Because people are making up this like I'm busy. Like what? Who the fuck am I stalking or bothering or like?
Yeah.
There's no proof of me doing anything other than watching some public videos, which is not stalking, shitheads. Right. I've never directly contacted any of these people. No messages, no emails, no phone calls, and I've never swatted any of them.
Right. It's not like you've hacked their phones and you're watching private videos, right? These are interwebs.
If I could do that, I wouldn't be here. I'd be on a boat in South America.
If you do not have my express permission to watch this live stream, get out.
Right. Like these are public videos, people. I'm not stalking when people are public in public. In public. Like the fucking dummy says. But
yeah. No, exactly.
And if you want to talk a little something about Henri.
Then there's Henri. Yeah, Henri, he's another one, right?
Yeah, he's special.
His mouth moves faster than his ears.
He's special. But I want to share something with you.
No, actually, Jeannie, apparently not.
What's that?
Jeannie says, doesn't Tiny have charges against him? I think he spelled Tony wrong.
Jeannie, well, no, that's what they call me. That's my their nickname for me is Tiny. Robberish.
That's cute.
So isn't it? So basically, are there charges? Yes. Have I called the city attorney's office? Yes. They're not assigned. They haven't even been looked into. They just put them on the books. And quite honestly, if they leave them up there too motherfucking long, it's kind of defamatory. So we'll get to that. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But I have something about Henri here that I think you guys might want to see.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
All right. Let's get this screen share screen. This I call Henri Psycho.
And
I think this is a classic. Yeah. Now this is Henri heading toward. This is a guy who wants to get a restraining order on me. By the way, this joke of a human being wants to get a restraining order on me. Right. So here we go. I don't have to prove anything to you, Beachcomber. I don't know you. You can suck a donkey's balls for all I care. You can go fuck yourself. I don't owe you any explanation. Haven't you learned that yet? So here we go. Everybody loves a classic.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. There we go. See, they're saying,
oh, yeah.
That already?
That's what she needed. She just needed that tune-up. That last tune-up was all she needed.
What am I looking at here, Tony?
What?
What am I looking at? Is that a visor and like some sort of skylight?
This is Henri, and in the very bottom, you're seeing his sunglasses and the top of his super van that he bought to protest with.
What's the camera doing down there?
Well, they don't know how to stream. They haven't figured it out yet. This is their only position that they have. Well, because he doesn't have we're good looking fellas. He's not.
Oh, gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. Gotta hide it. I get it.
Oh yeah.
There we go. He's dead, Tony.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Tony.
Hey Tony, I got a big ass fucking business printer with your name on it, baby. All right. I got a large ass industrial size printer that's going right the fuck in my RV, and it's got flyers of you waiting to be printed, baby. 50 fucking thousand sheets of paper in under 10 minutes. Your name, Tony. It's got.
He's talking about printing those flyers more. Yeah, honey, I've already said it. The charges are there. They haven't been assigned. No judge, no court date, no arraignment date. You guys are fucking idiots. You know that? You guys are stupid.
But Tony, that won't stop them.
I know.
It's not me. We know what you do. We get it.
I know, but I love to talk to them.
Oh no, I know.
I love to talk to them because I just want to say, like, it doesn't affect anything that happens in the reality of things.
Your fucking name on it.
Yeah, baby.
Oh,
Lush
yeah.
Life, I would absolutely.
You don't even know, man. You don't even fucking know.
We showed William's harassment. We showed Scott's harassment. Who else can we show?
I mean,
Color and everything.
Arnie also goes to,
yeah.
he goes to these meetings, right, and says my name in the
You
meeting.
don't even fucking know, my guy.
And I'll take
I
you to
can't
hockey
wait. That
questions
shit
if
is
you
coming
want
out
to
of
take you.
retirement. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I just,
That baby is getting.
like people have already seen that, yes, it's up in the court record that there are 26 charges that are never going to get put on me. And the fact that they're even up there right now is defamatory. You know what I mean? It's like, it's ridiculous. But Yelena wants her little pound of flesh. So she wants to think that she's going to get some criminal charges that have no foundation whatsoever. So that's really what it is.
Yelena?
Yelena is Solomon's mother.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Yes. She also has a restraining order filing against her. So, you know, these are people that, and the people in the chat, they're bots, and we know what they are. But this is essentially a group of terrorists that anytime they put these things in the chat, they just go, right? They don't know when to stop. And that's the hysterical part, is that what they've done at this point, these exact chatters in here, right? These exact chatters in here, these fucking idiots are the ones that have made it so much worse for that party. They don't give a shit about anything but themselves, right? So, you know. And there's the loser, Clea. You know what I mean? These are all the hot shots. Thank you for coming back up, Clea. So I can block you again. Thanks, baby girl. Bye. There.
What is it with the anime and the children with all these
I don't know,
accounts?
man.
Like,
I don't know.
There are a lot of
QAnoners. You know?
Oh, come on now. Don't be harsh on the Q.
I'm just saying they are.
Well,
But there are a lot of them, and they just don't know how to assimilate with other people who have similar, you know, like, of course, everybody wants to protect kids. Everybody wants to make sure people who can't protect themselves.
It should go without saying.
Right. You know? But I mean, the fact of the matter is that I'm the one who's actually being stalked. They literally go on their streams and follow me like goblins, trying to call the police on me, find me, get me arrested. It's not happening. And I don't know why they don't understand that, but hold on. Oh, yeah. Harassment, even in LA council meeting, which were recorded too. It's insane. Yeah. At the LA council
on record.
Oh, yeah. So they're saying that I'm a pedophile, a child predator, a chomo in these public meetings. That's seriously fucking slanderous, man, because it's not true.
And like this comment from Clea, like they clearly hear what they want to hear.
Yes, I blocked her. What did it say? Put up there. Okay,
it's on screen. It says, "Why don't you tell Tony about death threats you made?"
Oh no, I didn't make any death threats about you, honey.
About Clea.
No. Who, the imaginary one that they say doesn't exist? Okay.
Right.
Yes. Purely, they were fantasies. Yes, they were fantasies. Thank you. Phantasmical, non-existent, not real. So thank you, though.
Yes. Purple, these trolls have mental illness. So we need to we need to play this
thing will
one more
be
time.
to say to the trolls, did that help your self-esteem?
But this is the fun part, bro. Because they really show their colors, you know?
Yeah.
It's the best. I have no problem with it whatsoever.
Yeah. Here, was there any more on this Henry video that you?
Oh yeah,
I know
it's
2.5 hours, almost two.
No, we're
hours.
not going that far. We're just going.
Getting a whole new chance at life, all thanks to you. Oh man, you don't even fucking know. That whole mobile printing station, that whole mobile protest station, bro.
He really could have saved himself some money.
RV at your service with an industrial grade printer, 50,000 sheets in under 10 minutes.
Couldn't afford the gas to get this thing from New York, but that's not the point.
Let's fucking go.
That's right. That's
It's
Scott.
all fucking over, man.
No, this is Henri.
No, the comment that I had up was about bringing the stalking of children all the way from West Virginia. That was a reference to Scott.
Right. I mean, we did see him when he was filming out there. He did an upskirt shot of one of the girls sitting at the. Yeah, seriously. I'm not kidding.
He never knows where that camera's pointed, though. I gotta say, he's absolutely unaware of his audience.
Yeah. And the thing that I said about Clea was what I say about anybody else. But I said that I wished a couple things maybe happened to Clea and her entire family.
And I've seen this in your stream. You know, these trolls come in and you're reacting to the trolls, and then like all of a sudden that becomes their thing.
Yes.
They clinch onto that tighter than a dollar bill.
Love it.
And they cannot. They have to go into the chats and you'll never believe what he said to me. No, Clea, what did you come in saying? Like, seriously, come on.
You can put her stuff up in the chat if you want. I blocked her because she's just a vicious fucking spurg. But maybe she's minding her manners now because she has absolutely no proof, you know.
She's not, but she's there for the chat to see her.
Exactly.
And to see what people like her are all about.
Yeah. Everybody's got to see the lie. Just like William repeats it, these people have to go into chats and repeat it anywhere I am. Right. So welcome again. Like, hi, losers. Welcome back. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button. But here we go. A little more ornery.
That printer is going to get a whole new chance at life. All thanks to you, guy. All thanks to you. Oh, man, you don't even fucking know.
You don't even know, my guy. So that's basically it.
Where's this my guy thing come from? I heard Good saying that, like, I'm old, I'm out of touch. It's the my guy and the my dude, and like, is this the new trend now?
Mm-hmm. So basically, these people, what they want to do is they want to take words, and sort of reverse Uno weaponize them against people, right? Oh, he said this, it means this. Nobody's ever asked me,
right? And that's not even the English definition,
right?
Right? You know,
they've literally taken this lie, and Clea is one of the ones who has been one of the top, runners of this thing into what she thinks is the end zone is going to be a big fucking problem.
Yeah, it's mental illness, Tony.
It is. It is.
I've noticed it with a lot of these protests. Is it's almost an infatuation that is exacerbated by mental illness, and their ability to lack reason, thought. I'm not sure if they're bored. I know that like during COVID, it seemed like people were bored and they were antsy and they wanted to get out of the house and they wanted to do things. But like this group, like they've taken it to a whole nother level. Like,
well, what we did was a little bit of an investigation into Clea, actually. And what we found was that she has a long time, decade-old pattern of running after and accusing musicians falsely of sexual assaults. So she's just one of those people that's just one of these wants attention and is mentally ill and thinks that somehow somebody did something to her that never happened, right? Yeah. So we have sort of tracked this, and this is the truth about what and who Clea is that she targets people, and she falsely targets them. I forget the name of the band or something like that. What was the name of the band, guys? I forget. Her band, and she went after the bass player. She made lies about the singer. So she's just someone who, needs medication. Yeah. So these people actually have records of harassing people and terrorizing people and trying to get people to harm them. Like, this is their game. Like, fuck around and find out. Like, they just are not used to somebody clapping back. They're used to people being scared and running away. Come get it.
Well, you're messing with their money, and I'm gonna show you that. This is a clip from Scott sitting in his car having a conversation, or sitting in a car having a conversation. And listen to this.
Someone freedom too, man.
Facts.
I was already committed. Now I'm like super committed. It's like, oh, you can put me in jail? Oh, don't. Like, I came out with so much more money. It's not about the money. Like, I literally was ready to move home, like, in the morning, and now it's like I could get everything done. So it's a motivating factor. Like, I'll go to jail again for that shit. Like, I'll do a week. Now that I know, I didn't know before. You know,
You're like, I'm actually starting to like it. You know?
I'm gonna get a civil rights lawyer here this week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use that money to get a lawyer.
Yeah.
And get a suit going right away, and hopefully that helps Cam and Danny.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the fact that they.
Oh, shut up.
I think I just blindly got lucky. And they dropped it.
You're so stupid.
I think that was just blind luck.
I blindly got lucky.
That's my belief.
I mean, you didn't do anything, so it's like
what?
You didn't do anything, so it's like
I know, but oh my God, like I was pacing back and forth. It's the tail. I know it turns everybody on. I was pacing back and forth. Like I'm looking in the shadow, and my tail looks really bad at the shadow.
So what he's talking about is this moment here, I think, because he's wearing the same outfit. And if I remember correctly, this is what led to, sorry, just a second to pull it up here. Family attack. This is.
You're blocking up his whole.
You'll find out about it. I did end it. In his defense.
Guys, can you guys get out of the park of the way? We're trying to walk here.
Sure. But I don't want to roll your toes. Can you give me room?
Well, you're blocking up his whole damn.
They're back out in front of the La Poubelle, which has a narrow clearance, 4-foot clearance from the curb to the restaurant seating dining area outside. And that's what you're hearing this person complain about is Scott standing in the way and not letting the family through. There's ice cream shop down the street. There's a great, what's the name of the chicken place?
Oh, shit.
It's pretty good chicken. Dinah's is my favorite. That's not there. That's
Dinah's over in Burbank?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, that was my favorite. Oh. Yeah, we won't talk. See, this is that sidetracking that I can do real easy. There's a couple things in California that I miss.
Birds.
Thank you. Yeah.
It took me a second. Thank you.
Good bird. Yeah.
Not bad. They serve like a whole half chicken with like a flatbread, and it's lovely.
It's kind of like Zanku, but not Zanku.
A more American, less Mediterranean. Yeah.
Are you a Zanku fan?
I like Zanku.
Yeah, I
like things.
Like Zanku was cheap food for me, cheap fast food.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it still is, but like you'd get the meal and the stuff. It's delicious. That was my go-to like power meal, and I love the garlic sauce.
Oh yeah, the garlic sauce is the best.
Yeah. Kathy says we just care for the children as if no one else does. You know what Tony's done for the kids? Give Kathy the quick rundown of what you've done for kids.
Well, I mean, I have run several charities. Just among them is CBD for all kinds of seizure victims that were in cancer, putting together CBD packages for families so that their kids wouldn't have seizures. Worked with homeless charities. This has been my primary where I work with animal charities. I've done charities for the fires that were in San Diego several years back. I did a whole bunch of events with House of Blues. Did a whole bunch of events that raised a lot of money, had a lot of celebrities there for great causes. And none of you motherfuckers who are goons there could ever put it together. But I've done a lot of really fun stuff. Carmen Electra would show up. We would have, Rampage Jackson came to the events. I mean, we had all kinds of fun. And we were doing it for a good cause. We raised thousands and thousands of dollars. We had the Beverly Hills Fire Department come out to the event. They gave me a hat, like one of the fire hats. And I went out and took pictures with a bunch of them. So, I am also a survivor of a lot of the charities that I've helped work for, which are some of the trafficking charities. And these are people that I've also interviewed. If you look back at one of my first interviews, I've interviewed Victor Marx. I've interviewed Peter Nygaard's son. I've done stories about trafficking and Danny Fitzgerald and how FaZe Clan is involved and connected to some really serious shit. So these people just haven't looked at my work and my videos. They just hear one sentence that I said and they're going to judge an entire career. So you people are fucking losers. You judge me off of one sentence. Go fuck yourselves. Like, I don't really care about you. There's always going to be haters, but you're basically my best marketing team. So
they need to think for themselves.
For sure.
You know, that's one thing that never happens. You know?
It does not. It's unfortunate.
So they can go watch these videos on your ZDT, which, you know, I did not
Zero Dark Tony on. Yeah.
I should have put that in the description.
They know where to get it.
What's your at? Is it
Zero Dark Tony.
At Zero Dark Tony?
The one on Twitter is the OG after it. And, you know, people talking about me, like, that's fine. Let them have their opinion. But, you know, some are going to be off. I actually show, you know, articles, all kinds of receipts and research and things that are valid when it comes to these people, and they don't like it. They want to do it to other people, but they can't take it when it's done to them. And Clea is a psychopath. She's a stalker. Like she's a straight stalker, as are many of these people. Yet they want to point the finger. They got three pointing back at them. You know? And again, I've never been convicted. I have posted my background check. I have a clean background check. Until probably right now, I got to fix this fucking thing with this thing that they've laid on me. I mean, not that it really affects me because I don't work for anybody, you know. Okay. So it is what it is, and lies, you know, lies travel halfway around the world before the truth puts its pants on.
Yeah, I know that's a good one. We were talking about Zanku. We were watching this video. That's what it was. Let's throw this back up. This is going back, and
make sure you leave some time for questions.
Yes. We'll watch this last one here.
Cool. Well, okay. You're okay. You're blocked. That's how I got. I was backed into it. I was kind of backed into it.
They're my children. All right.
I don't know what the camera's pointed at.
Oh, here. Go fuck yourself, then. Go fuck yourself.
Don't do it.
Don't do it so much.
Don't do it.
Hey, give me my phone back. Give me my phone back.
Oh my gosh.
Give me my phone back.
Leave him alone. Oh, guys, this is going to get bad.
It's already bad.
Don't call
it was bad 5 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah.
I'm filming. Call 911.
Yeah, he's yelling to call 911. Unbelievable. The squirrel is demanding someone call 911.
I know, right?
Call a medical professional.
No shit. Hey, the video about Clea is on my Rumble, by the way. If you guys want to see the video about Clea, you want the facts and the receipts, it's on the Rumble, okay? That's where I usually hang out now.
It's freedom. It's definitely like a censorship free platform for the most part, I would say.
And I'm in a very low. I'm barely even cursing right now on my show.
So they harass this family. It goes on and on. I don't even know that I think we've shown enough.
How long did he? Is he following him all this way?
Oh yeah. He follows him all the way down the street.
Help us out, Lord. Be with us.
Yeah.
Not too far from.
He's got Audit LA in tow in her wheelchair.
Is she wheeling behind him?
Her motor chair?
She's motoring behind him with the fucking and shooting it.
Yeah.
Is that why it's so steady? Okay.
Yes. And then they arrest this guy in the back alley here.
I was like, how'd they get that steady shot?
Yeah, no, it's like a motorized golf cart going with her in the gimbal. Yeah. Oh,
it's on tracks.
Oh, it's outstanding.
Wow.
He said in his live stream this morning at 3 a.m. He's so convinced I worked on that 70s show. Well, he's enamored by the fact that I did Spider-Man and a couple other like big shows.
I worked on the Paramount lot when the 70s show was there and filming. I spoke with Kurtwood Smith. He was in RoboCop. I'm not going to talk with Kurtwood Smith when he's on his cigarette break at Paramount.
Sure.
Of course I am.
Sure.
You know, Can You Fly, Bobby? I love that movie.
But he's got his audience so convinced that I worked, which I would have loved to have worked on the set. That was a huge show.
Yeah, that was a Paramount. That was sweet fucking lunch and everything.
You know, but because apparently everybody on the show is a Scientologist, I had to work on it because, you know, I'm the dolly grip, right? And they have this bizarre mentality. And I just, people can think what they want, Tone. I get that, you know, and I offer myself up like we're going to do now with this Ask Me Anything. You can ask Tony, ask me, whatever. It doesn't matter. But it's your time to ask your questions, and you know, you've got our attention. So bring it on, ask away, and we'll put it up there. If you see a comment you want to highlight, you know, I'll hit it, Tony. Pius says, yes, everybody becomes a bad actor with Scott. That is 100% true. What about Streets said about you? Any comments? I don't know what Streets said about me. Streets has had a lot to say about me over the years, but I don't know where he seems to think that he gets this information from.
It was a while. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they push this pallet claim. They think that I sleep on pallets.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm confused by that in a big way. Let's see here. Zero Dark Linguini Fonzie. Can you recommend a good pallet, Wizzy? Personally, I prefer the heavy duty plastic pallets. They hold up better. And when you put the pallet jack underneath them, they don't pressure pull apart and delam. Easy peasy.
Yeah. No snappy, cracky.
Snappy, but they're expensive. You know, they're high dollar pallets. Question. When did you give up your singing career?
Oh, gosh.
I've seen you sing on stream.
Oh, yeah. I haven't. Didn't you see me last night? I had a whole show. I did 4 hours.
What kind of singing do you do?
Oh, I mean, you know, we just have some fun on the show.
Well, professionally, did you sing?
I toured with a band, and I've worked with a lot of other groups. And
like rock and roll? What kind of music?
Yes, rock and roll.
Okay, because I know you said you're Italian. You're big on the Italian thing. I wasn't sure if you were more of a Sinatra kind of guy. You know,
I am that as well. I performed with Sinatra once.
Dude,
out on stage with Sinatra. Yeah, at his
awesome
75th birthday party. Yeah, I have a video about it.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
What a moment.
I was 20 years old, bro.
Really?
Yeah, I was 20 years old, top of the world.
Everybody knows Sinatra. It's like saying Trump.
Yeah, I mean, I got on stage at the end and I cut in front of everybody. I remember specifically, I cut in front of Steve and Edie. They were at the front of the line, right? And that's when I sort of went up and said happy birthday to him at the end of the show. And, you know, and then what he said to me is the best part of the whole story. Yeah. Is he said, "You're a smart kid." And he winked at me and he goes, "Now get out of here." You're a smart kid. Now get out of here.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. I had
Jilly was still alive too. Jilly was there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Funny. What's his name from Hannibal that stood over the shoot, it's killing me. Stood over the well.
Buffalo Bill.
Rub lotion.
Yeah, Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bill, yeah. Buffalo Bill told me to put down the sandwich. I almost killed him.
Oh my God.
I was so fucking pissed. Like, shut up. I gotta eat to survive. That's what happens when you don't go to lunch. Somebody bring me a sandwich before I bite somebody's head off. Can't push a 600-pound dolly without any energy.
Hell no.
Hell no. But that's good though. It's funny. It's funny how they handle those moments where they're stressed or they're having this thing, and you know, like Sinatra, that's a man. That's Steve asked me if I were ever a machinist. Saw the Kennedy toolbox previously. I have the Kennedy toolboxes because I'd been given them, and it's part of my toy collection, my radio controlled things and whatnot. I like the small drawers on the Kennedy toolboxes for organizing and sorting stuff. Right now, it might have like some weapon stuff in it. So, kind of a machinist. So there's that.
Let's see anything here. Go ahead and pick whatever ones you want. I'll pick one or two if I see one.
Tony, that was really weird. I swiped up to get rid of or to move up on the chat, and it flipped me out of StreamYard.
Oh wow, that's weird.
Very strange. I've never done that before. Ang says, I know Wizzy's channel because of the convoy. Yeah.
Oh, how about Christina W?
Christina W.
The one that's, can you ask Tony
Can you ask Tony what's the end game? What is his goal when it comes to Scott? What would he like to see happen with him?
My only goal is to, and that's a great question. My only goal is to defend my First Amendment right. I have not done anything. I have not threatened anybody. I have had no intent to threaten anybody. And if someone perceives something as a threat, well, you would really have to prove that it's a valid, credible threat, especially with no intent. It's really difficult to take something on the internet and say it's a threat. I mean, there's really a lot of standards that need to be met for a threat. But as far as an end game, that's it. I'm just trying to defend my civil rights. And I feel like I don't care who the creator is or streamer that is coming at me and talking shit. If you're on the internet, it doesn't matter. You are here and you're talking about someone, and you need to be able to take a little clap back. And if somebody who is a malicious individual can't take a little clap back because of their mommy and because somebody says something back at them about being a fucking Pop-Tart because they are, well, that's not my problem. Okay? So, and also any one of the Kathy Smiths, if you were.
Oh, I like, she put question there. Why is EDT talk about raping so wrong, but love to hear it?
I mean, I like gore humor. You know, I like gore. I'm fucked up. I'm a fucked up person. You know, like Pop Goes the Weasel ain't gonna fucking make me laugh. I need to go a little harder with the humor to be, you know, like I'm fucked up. I have trauma. Comedy is my only outlet for my trauma, right? And I know a lot of these people would like to see me do myself in, but, you know, it's not going to happen. So.
Ang asked about your tumor.
Oh, which one? I had one on my arm that was taken out, but I have one that's kind of a hematoma, if you will, like a thing going on, and you know, it just depends on my stress levels. That's what the deal with it. Hopefully, it'll go away, or you know, it goes down and then it goes up again, but it's not creating the same negative consequences and symptoms that it used to. I still have some impulse control because of my injury, but it's not giving me like, it doesn't go sideways as much. You know, TBIs are very tricky. You never really know when the jack in the box is going to pop.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you for asking.
As the chat kind of slows down here, was there anything else you wanted to talk about before we ended this tonight?
Well, I'm looking at a couple questions here to see if there's anything else. Like, other than, you know, like I've never been charged for anything remotely like what these people are accusing me of. Not even accused at all. Never done anything inappropriate. I've had, my only issues have been with drugs and some violence and some firearms in my past. That's it. I've never had any charges of theft or sexual improprieties in any way, shape, or form. I would never hurt anybody, and they're just words. And the people say things that are so vicious about me, they cannot help but say something. And I understand that. But also get that I'm going to say something back. And if you can't take it, then maybe you should go somewhere else, because everybody can say what they want to say. And I've never complained about people's words. But when people get a little too close and threaten, well, I'm going to clap back.
Yeah.
And I have that right. So does everybody else here. And I'm not complaining about what they're saying. I'm responding to them, because I don't run and I don't block you except Clea, because she's a cunt. Thank you for having me on.
Hollering Hag says, Scott is a live streamer. Okay. He won't stop because you don't like him. And I think this person's referring to something Von Michelle was saying.
I got you.
But I thought it was funny because they said Scott is a live streamer. Yeah, he goes live. He's pointed at the ground or some different places.
Was there a Rebecca Boring here? Okay, here we go. There's a Rebecca Boring one up there. Do I think I go too far? Yeah, this one, Rebecca Boring. Do you see it? It's about,
there it is. I had to go.
Yeah.
I wish it would give you the opportunity to click on some too.
I don't know if it does. No, it doesn't.
No. Do you think you go too far? Nora admitted she had to seek psychiatric help after dealing with you.
Doesn't that make me feel bad? No. Why should I feel bad? I'm not responsible for someone else's emotions if they decide to talk about me and get involved in my personal life. What I said about them, you got to understand. The come tells never happened. Okay? It's just a figment of people's imagination. And Vanessa and Nora decided to take it to a level that is unacceptable. And Nora is basically one of the people, Nora and Vanessa are the people that really kind of started this whole thing. If Vanessa had just apologized to me and Dana, there would have been no problem. Okay. And I'm going to say one quick thing about that is that I've never stolen anything from anybody. I've run the story before. I don't want to talk about it again. I don't know anybody any explanation. I don't lie. You can go back and check the fucking record of what I've said and done about that. But as I'm not a swatter, right? I'm not a stalker. People watching videos is not stalking. And make sure you hit that like button.
They really are Church of DOA. They really think he's like saintly or something, don't they?
Yes.
It's unbelievable to me.
The vagrant saint. The saint of vagrancy.
Yeah, we showed some of that tonight. That's a small sampling, of what he's been up to, and it blows me away that they completely don't see it. They stand behind him.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird.
It's very strange. It's mental. And that's what I heard from Nora the other night. I know you caught part of that conversation.
Oh, I heard the whole conversation.
Yeah,
we streamed the whole thing.
Have you watched her political channel?
Yeah, and she's just impossible to talk to because she's so indoctrinated.
Yes.
With one thing or the other, but she's just indoctrinated with Nora-isms.
Nora-isms, she buys into the hoaxes, and when I like, for me, because I've seen,
it was an attack on democracy. Shut up.
When I see how they handle the hoaxes and that they lose critical thought, the greatest example being the Fine People hoax, and those who still repeat that find, like, right there, okay, they're incapable. Like, no matter who tells them, who shows them, who discredits, they're unwilling. They'll find some other way to justify their beliefs. And I watched Scott do that on his 2 live streams today. Like, he will figure out a way to make himself the hero and standing behind it. But we watched him, what he did with that family in front of those kids. He doesn't give 2 shits. Not.
I know, not one. Even, screaming and yelling.
It's just. It's not about that. It's about making money. It's about having his fun. And yeah, it's outstanding to me. I really can't understand. And then you see these people that show up in this chat, and I go, who are these people, and what are they thinking?
I mean, also like I do like a variety show. You know, I do so many different things. This is not the only thing I talk about. And I do so many different things on my channel that if people came by tonight at 7 p.m. or 6 p.m., let's do 6 p.m. on Rumble tonight, they would see a great variety show with a lot of fun. And you could say anything you want in the chat. If you're just not toxic, I can't drink the poison. I can take the punches. I don't like the poison. So, you know, I'd love to answer Rebecca Boring's question. Just one more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why does Tony only respect women he finds attractive? That's not true. That's not true.
And I would venture to say, Tony, I'm going to speak for myself. These unattractive women who act the way they do, it's not their outwardly appearance that is soiled them. It's
Right.
the
true.
hate and the rage inside. You know,
The only thing I've said
four
is that
felonies and it's like, yeah.
the only thing I've said is that ugly people are not allowed to talk about my looks. You know,
Like, they don't have a leg to stand on.
Exactly. It's just a joke, though.
Yeah, but it's like, and
but they're so indoctrinated with this misogynist thing because I'm saying that about women. You know, make me a sandwich. Shut up. We're busy. The men are talking, Rebecca.
Oh wait. And Rebecca, that's my point.
We're just joking.
You shouldn't have hate for Scott. You should just have a strong belief of I don't want anything to do with this person, based on how he acts, what he does to women and treats women. The thing he tries to convince his audience to hate others for,
right,
with zero evidence. But then you literally see the evidence of him live streamed as you're watching it, when it's not looking at the ground, right? But yes, that's the point.
Oh, and another thing I forgot to mention: I am not a paid Scientology agent, but I would take a check. That's all I'm saying.
Right?
I'll take a check. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Or an envelope.
My P.O. box is 673 Funkstown, Maryland. 21734.
But you know, like if anybody spent any time over on my show, that's why I have an audience. If I was a child predator, I wouldn't have an audience, dummies.
Right.
Nobody would watch me. I would have to delete everything. There's no truth in it. So you could have all the fun with the words you want.
Go Poe on the go.
Yeah, like what about Poe on the go?
Yeah. He deleted all his.
I would totally go Poe on the go. Or Repetto. Repetto, the same thing. Geekadelic.
Yeah.
Guilty. But not me.
Kind of says that.
And this is about all of us. And if people don't understand that if one fucking person can take a lie and chip away at my fucking First Amendment right, then you're all in fucking danger. Right. You're all in danger. Okay? You can all lose it then, just like I did. And if that's okay with you, then fuck you.
And I saw somebody in here like preaching about how they love Scott's First Amendment right, and that's why they watch him and support him. Like, how can you support one person's First Amendment right but not another's?
Right. And if someone is fatter than you and they call you fat, that's not body shaming.
We need rules, Tony.
There are rules.
There are rules, but we need them written in stone someplace, listed 1 through 10, maybe.
I'm going to get some stone and a chisel.
Stone and a chisel. Maybe we could create a new monument in DC.
Shit, man.
The Golden Era rules.
The Golden Era.
The rules of the Golden Era.
The interweb rules. The new interweb rules from the dark web lords themselves.
If only chat had community notes.
Right. To be correct.
Individual chat messages. I think we just came up with like $1 billion idea for YouTube.
Oof. It's a lot.
I don't know if you heard my idea the other day. I think anybody watching a live stream should be able to click on a chat message and go to that person's channel.
You can.
if you're a mod.
If you're a mod or running the show, you can't do it otherwise. You're right.
You can't do it otherwise. I think everybody should have the ability to go to any chatter's channel.
Let's see. Anybody else interested with another question that?
NCIS Gibbs has a ton of rules that seem to work. Okay. I wasn't a big NCIS fan.
What would both do for a Scientology check is my question. Spy and sue on their behalf? Nobody's suing anybody here. Nobody's suing anybody. Are you talking about us or them?
Marty Kingshot.
It's a Pink Floyd song.
That again,
that music is like, Marty.
They blame OSA for everything. That is their boogeyman.
Exactly. And I never even heard of it until I started talking to these people just recently in the past year. I didn't even know what the fuck it was. And Aaron will know that because I spoke with him and I was like, they said I'm what?
I wanted to ask you a question. That's what it was. I was thinking about this earlier because Scott had said something. I forget what it was. With all the protesters out there. Oh, it was what Nora had said about not being able to leave Scientology. And I said to her, well, that's what the police are for. If you just leave, the police will protect you. If you have, and then her answer was, the police are paid by Scientology.
Right.
In all of the protests that have been going on out there, I have never once seen anyone walk out of that Scientology building or any of the Scientology buildings and say, I need your help. I don't want to go back there.
Right, exactly.
Not once.
Lara was out there trying to fish for them.
Yeah, they were, right?
Can you bring up Kathy Smith's question right there for me, if you don't mind?
Kathy Smith. This one?
That I talk about, yeah.
No. It moves before I can click on it. But ZDT talks about raping. Do you?
No, I've never talked about that at all. I've never said that a bit.
What reasonable human being would do that, especially on a live stream with other people like watching?
For the people, could you put that back up just one more time?
Yeah.
For the people who are in my audience, can you put a 1 in the chat if that is an absolute lie and that you would leave my audience immediately and never support me again? Put a 1 in the chat if that's a fucking lie. And you would leave my channel immediately. Kind of speaks for itself. Well, that's more than a jury of 12.
All right.
So, I mean, I don't need people who want to fuck with my, reputation and shit.
Beck's watching a whole different show.
Is that the summer of? That's the Bryan Adams.
That's the one.
Oh, by the way, tonight the theme is Canadian musicians. Yeah, we did Woodstock the other night. Tonight it's all Canada. Yeah, we're doing all Canada tonight. So Bryan Adams is going to be on the list.
Do you know what a hoser is?
A hoser is in like the Canadian version.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've only heard it on the
yeah, the
SCTV.
Right.
You hoser. I don't even know what it is.
Hoser I had to learn this. So siphoning gas.
No shit.
So what, back in the 80s when like fuel prices were ridiculous up in Canada, you had the hosers. They were out,
Wow.
No gas
shit.
in cars, and that's where you get called a hoser. You're pretty much a low life gas.
Right. It's like a tweaker, but the Canadian version, right?
Yes. Yeah. And the McKenzie brothers. That's what I was trying to think of.
Oh,
but yeah, if you watch the classic stuff right there.
Yeah, hoser.
And you got the red green show. You gotta love that. I saw a red green license plate or bumper sticker in a window,
right,
in a car here the other day. I was like, oh shit, look at that.
So yeah, all Canadians, come on over. We're gonna be Rush and Bryan Adams and the whole bit.
Zero Dark Linguini Fonzie wants us to do a show together.
Sure, we come on.
I don't know what that show would be, but
we would talk about. We could talk about our Hollywood experiences, showbiz. Alanis, yes, we're going to play some Alanis Morissette. A very nice lady, by the way. Met Alanis. Very nice Canadian lady. And yeah, Brett, you're Canadian. Come on over. I know you don't like me, but, come on.
You don't know the lore of Brett Boyle, do you?
Tragically Hip. Listen, Brett Boyle, I'll play some Tragically Hip. If it's Canadian and you want it, I'll play it, okay? I promise. Come on over. 6 p.m. Rumble. See, I could win people over.
Sure.
I mean, all people got to do really is spend a couple minutes with me, man.
Thank you.
I've been doing this a while, and the more people talk about you, the more people come to your channel and try and figure out what's going on.
Yeah. It's interesting. Well, I've enjoyed our chat. I've had a good time with this conversation. I've been watching you for a while, keeping up with all the drama and whatnot. You fill my ears. I'm out driving around in the morning and doing my thing, and it's interesting. I don't like what they're doing to you, and I've watched from the beginning because you spoke out against them, and you were showing on your live stream what they were up to, which was absolutely ridiculous, and we've shown you shown everybody a bit of that tonight. And so I really hope the best, that everything works out and that the truth prevails, because there's plenty of truth to show through all their own live streams. And I know that they are just using lawfare to attack you and go after you, just like they did with Francois. And I feel awful for that woman. She didn't deserve any of that. And I hope that the law sees, what's really been happening.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm really glad that you had me on here, and I'm glad some people were able to ask the questions that they wanted to ask. And I am just about peace, love, and understanding, and I want everybody to be able to live their own life the way they want to live it, the way they see fit, as long as they do not harm anyone else. Just do no harm, man. We could roast each other. We could talk a lot mad shit, and we could make this all a lot of fun, and everybody does well. But when people take it too far, it's too far. So reel it in, chill, and after all this court stuff is over, I'll come on and we'll talk about it.
Awesome. I look forward to that.
Thanks so much, Wizzy. I'm going to
step
back here. See you guys.
I appreciate you being here. We'll see you.
I appreciate you, man. Have a good one.
Thanks, bud. Bye. Well, there you go. ZDT, everybody. It's been a blast. I'm glad you joined me on this Monday afternoon stream. We haven't been doing this a whole lot, but having some fun, and we got something to do and something to talk about. We're here. And I've hidden a few zingers and a few dings into the outfield with some of these. You know who you are, and it's all fun and games, right? Okay, thanks everybody. It's been a blast. Wizzy out. Oh, and before I go, thank you to those of you, the super chats I saw come through. I do really appreciate that. It is fantastic. My Lush Life, especially with 2 $4.99 super chats. I know that auto star super chat. Oh, okay. Look at that cool little. It auto starred those. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks everybody. Wizzy out.